Hi, this is Bob. Before you watch this next video, which deals with the pressure washer, there's been one change. In the video, David, who presents this video, talks about turning the cruise control on while you're idling so that the engine runs a little faster and the pressure washer puts out a little more power. That is unnecessary. Do not do that. We've changed our opinion on idling fast, so just leave the truck in normal idle and then follow the rest of the steps as the pressure washer video shows. Thanks.
Alright, this is what you need to know about running the pressure washer. PTO on. Up. I would recommend setting the cruise, turning the cruise on, so that your RPMs climb to something shy of 15. It runs around 1400. Been working on it. Auxiliary position up is all pressure washer. Down to the rear is all tipper. You put it right about there. You can run both of them, but it's up to you. You can run all tipper, run that, and then push the lever all the way up for pressure washing and go from there. So what's going on over here? Let's start with this. That's the bypass valve. Right now all the hydraulic oil is not running through the motor or the pressure washer pump. It's being pumped to the system and then back to the reserve. We engage this. You can see there was some pressure in the hydraulic line, but it shouldn't get too high. What you see happening is this guy right here. Watch this gauge. What's happening is the dump valve. This is the dump valve where that sends water back to the water tank if the pressure washer is not running. So with the system on, it's sending water back to the water tank when there's no water coming out of the wand. If I pull the trigger on the wand, consistently 2,000 pounds of pressure. We really would love to see more like 3, but it goes between 2 and 3,000. And that dump valve, that return valve, check valve, it's got a couple different names, will not be jumping up and down, sending water back to the water tank. So things to watch for are oil pressure. Things to watch for are water pressure. That's how much pressure is at the end of this wand right here. And things like watching this little window. If the system is off, what you'll see is the oil coagulate on the bottom of this window. When the system's on, everything is spinning so fast. It doesn't settle. So get the idea. So PTO on, lift up, make sure that you're in the auxiliary position. This is pressure washer position, kind of forward. Lift position, kind of to the rear. You pivot, 20 degrees. You probably could run both. But the tricky part is that if you have it in that 20 degree position, you only have part of the power to either system. So you may find that you want to run everything on the lift, and then give all the power to the pressure washer. So I think that's a lot of it. The only other thing is with the reel, it's like a seatbelt. You see those teeth? that when that finger sits on that piece, that's what holds the line in place. If all you got to do is not start to go reverse, see how that tooth, see how the tooth is not engaged on the seat, on the wheel? It will allow it to go back in, just like a seat belt. Pull it on out, stop it on the teeth. There you go. You're ready to go pressure wash at the tail of the truck. Pull it out a touch more, and now it's not on those teeth on the wheel, and there's some tension. It should go right up in like a seat belt. So that is your 5-minute introduction to using the pressure washer. There's the hose for filling the water tanks on the other side. If you need to fill both tanks, they are tied together, but they don't flow between the tanks as well as they could. Ask more questions if there's anything that I could clarify further. Thank you. One last request, tip, directive. Whenever you are going to be squeezing the trigger of the pressure washer, one, please always be pointing it down. Up in this nozzle there is a free floating piece, and if it's up, it will shift to the rear of the chamber, and when you pull the trigger, it will slam against the inside outbound tip. That free floating piece will. But if you point it down, that free floating piece inside will slip to the forward position inside the tip, and then when you squeeze and send water through the nozzle, it'll already be nuzzled up against the outbound outlet of the tip. This way it beats on that interior piece and wears out the unit, wears out the nozzle, the equipment. But here, because it doesn't slam that interior free floating piece to the forward position, it doesn't wear the nozzle out quite so fast. If you squeeze the nozzle with the tip pointing up, you'll wear it out faster. If you always point it down, you'll extend the life of the tool. Please always, whenever you're going to squeeze the nozzle, squeeze the wand, pull the trigger, have it pointed down so that we extend the life of these things. This is a $200 piece, $250, maybe $180, $200 plus or minus for that unit right there. All right, thank you.